Good afternoon, everybody. If I could just ask for you to turn your microphones off, but if you could turn your cameras on so we could just see who we're talking to, that would be great. Thank you. Just going to wait a couple of more seconds to see if anyone else is just going to join the chat, okay? And it would be really helpful in the message if you could just write your child's name so we know who we've got. We've got a list of who's attended the meetings. If you just pop that in the message list, that would be great. Oh, lovely. Thank you.
There we go. They're coming through now.
Excellent. So just want to say a really big welcome, and we're really looking forward to starting your child's learning at Lee Forest. Just introduce myself really quickly. I'm Mrs. Gonzalez. I'm the early years lead here. And this is Mr. Hort, and he's the nursery teacher. So this is the person who your child's going to be spending a lot of their time with when they start nursery with us.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Cool. So just going to go through a few things. I know it's a really anxious time starting nursery and all the different changes. So hopefully we'll be able to answer any questions that you have with this presentation. If you have any questions, there'll be a chance at the end of the presentation to do so. So you could always, if you haven't answered a question, please feel free to ask it at the end. So first of all, a really big welcome to Lee Forest Academy. The lots of changes that will be happening. We've had a really unsettled year. So hopefully this year we'll be able to have a much more settled year. So if we start off with our first slide. So by the end of this meeting, hopefully you will know what it's like to be at nursery at Lee Forest, what a typical day looks like for us, and what your child will need and what they will be able to do when they start in September with us. Oh, next. Sorry about this. So this is our nursery team. You've just met Mr. Hall. So you will see him at the beginning of the day, and you'll see him when you're at pickups as well. So any questions, this is the person that you need to come to first, and he'll be answer any questions that you have. If you're still unsure, you can always ask for me, and I'll be around as well, that I'll be able to answer any questions. But please, anything first to Mr. Hall. And then you've got the wonderful Mrs. Byrne, who will be the teaching assistant in nursery as well. And you'll see her a lot. And again, she will be working with your child as well on their while they're in nursery at Lee Forest. So just want to give you like a typical day, what your child will be doing. And we try and keep this the same for the day, because obviously routine is key. And young children, they like to know what's happening and what's coming up. There are sometimes when it has to change and it isn't quite what we're expecting, but this is normally a typical day. So the gates open at 8:45. So the gates are on door 4 for nursery. Sorry, they're on door 4. You will queue up outside, and then your child will be taken from Mr. Hall will come and take your child, and we'll take them into nursery. They will then come into the nursery classroom, and they will find an activity while they're in there. At 9:10, we'll do register, and then lots of finger work, phonics work, writing, just to get their little fingers ready and strong for when they are ready to become writers, and also for their reading. And then at 9:30, they go off, and they can choose inside and outside, and they can do an activity on their own, or it might be an activity with Mr. Hall. 10:15, they'll have snack time. I'll talk more about snack time, but I'll just give you the run of the day at the moment. So 10:15, snack time, where they can sit down with their friends, and they'll have fruit, they'll have milk, they can have water. And it's a nice time to social, to interact with each other. We also might do some poetry as well. 10:30, it's back to the provision, so it might be indoors and outdoors again. So this allows the children to carry on with their learning from the previous session. And at 11 o'clock, we stop, and then there might be something Mr. Hall will want to focus on. Oh, hello. So then
Sorry.
It's okay. When Mr. Hall might want to focus on, or something their children have had an interest in, and this will be the time that Mr. Hall will pick these up. And then 11:30, we have story time, and it's just nice and quiet, ready for when they come home to you at 11:15. And again, we ask that you make a line outside the gates, and the children will be brought to you at the end of the session. So what your children will need for nursery. First of all, they need a uniform. So I'll talk more about what the uniform consists of, but they will need a uniform. If I can please ask that nursery children have joggers, or as to do pull up and pull down trousers for the boys, because the fiddly buttons and those clips, they're a pain, aren't they, Mr. Hall?
They are.
So as much as you can pull down will be fantastic for them, because obviously we're aware that some of them may need to get to the toilet quick as well. So the quicker they can pull them down, the easier it is for everybody. They'll also need an outdoor coat. It doesn't matter if it's weather like this today, because you know what the weather's like, it can just turn. So please make sure they have an outdoor coat that's got a hood on, and we ask for that to come in every single day, even if they don't wear it, just to make sure it's here. And then some spare clothes. As we know, accidents happen. Also, the children spend a lot of time outside, so they do get soggy, they get dirty, they get paint, and we'd like to send them home with you pretty clean. So if we can have some spare clothes as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be the school uniform that they have, but something that we could change them into. And we do ask them to be as much as possible to be able to use the toilet independently. We do understand that in some cases that isn't possible, and please feel free to talk to us about that afterwards, but we do ask to be as toilet trained as possible. And if it's one thing, please put your child's name in everything. In the whole of early years, we have 120 children. Trying to find a red jumper that has no name in is impossible. So please put it in everything, in shoes, in tops. Please put their name in everything.
Doesn't like to go forward one slide at a time. It wants to jump forwards. There we go.
So snack time. Again, as I said, snack time we have it every single day, and the children are provided with water or milk. You don't need to bring in water bottles. They are provided with their own school water bottle that has their own name on the lid and it has their own bottle. They're sterilised every night. It's just so we can keep them in, and we know then they're having water. And they're also provided with a piece of fresh fruit every morning as well. And there is normally a selection that they can choose from. So you don't need to bring any food, and you don't need to bring any drinks into nursery. They will be provided for your child. This is the school uniform. So we do ask a red sweatshirt or a red cardigan. It can have the Leaf Forest logo, or it can be plain. A white polo shirt, again, it can have the logo, or it could just be a plain one. For the girls, a red and white summer dress, grey trousers, shorts, skirts, or a pinafore, and grey, black, or white socks. Also grey, black, or red tights, and plain red or white headscarves as well. Black shoes for nursery, no trainers, please. We do ask for school shoes. And for nursery children, if they can be Velcroed.
No shoelaces, please, no shoelaces. It goes back to what you were saying about them being as independent as possible.
And also buckles can be quite tricky for girls as well. So we do ask as much as possible Velcro. Like Mr. Hall said, it gives them their sense of independence. You can put your shoes on. It makes life for everybody so much easier.
Some of the clever ones have laces, but they're actually the elastic, aren't they?
Yes.
So anything that your children, and you can practice that at home as well, getting their shoes on and off as independently as possible.
So settling in, it looks a little bit different from this year, as we normally have a stay and play session, but I think at the moment that I don't think that's possible to do. We'll keep you updated if there is a change, but at the moment we're keeping that on hold. But we are looking at have some short settling in sessions on the 8th, the 9th and the 10th of September. I will get your child's time to you. I would send you a text message letting you know which times your child will be settling in, but it'll either be a 9 to 10 o'clock or 11 to 12 session for those 3 days, and then all of nursery in on the 13th of September. We have found in the past when we've done longer settling in, it's actually made them unsettled, so almost getting them in earlier is easier. Do not worry if your child cries or is upset. We will not leave them upset. If we think, well, they haven't settled, we will give you a ring and we will give you that choice. We will not leave them upset. We do understand that they're very young still, and you do not need to worry. We won't leave them upset. And if they need longer to settle, we'll be able to accommodate that as well.
But also acknowledge that it is a transitional time for them. So we know that some of the children will get upset, and that is actually quite normal for them. So please be patient with us. And I know it's a big step to trust us, but we will take your children and we will take the best care of them as we can.
And also I know this is really difficult, I really do, but the best thing that you can do is just hand them over to us. The longer it keeps on the door, sometimes it can make it worse. So if it's like, see you later, pick you up, kiss, and then go, and I fully understand it's really hard, but honestly, it works the best.
So we have a fantastic website called Class Dojo, which not only allows us to keep in contact with you, but it also gives you a really good insight into what we're doing during each morning. So Class Dojo is the website to go to. You'll get sent a text message with the details of how to log on. It has the two main features. It has a reward scheme. So as you can see on the big picture at the bottom, all the children have their own little character, or sometimes it's their photo. And we award the children points for all the really wonderful behaviours and the wonderful work and the teamwork and the independence that they're learning. It also has, the middle picture is of a Class Dojo class feed. It's just like Facebook, but it's just for us. It's just for our class community. And we can show you all the pictures of the work they're doing. We can share ideas that families have had from home or work that you've done at home during the holidays. And just the same as Facebook, you can comment on it or like it and things like that. Obviously, all very moderated and very child friendly. The final feature of that is you can send messages. And this is so useful if your child's come in one morning and there's something you forgot to tell us on the gate, you can just send us a message straight away, and that pops up as a notification, and we can see that right then and there. The same just the other way, if somebody's really upset but they come in and they settle really quickly, it takes us 5 seconds to send you a message, and that just gives you peace of mind for that session, just to know that they're doing really well. So I will really push that we get everybody connected on Class Dojo, but we will help you with this as much as we can. At the end of this session, I'll stay on the line and see if we can get you connected now. Then if you've got any more questions that come up, then we can deal with those. Rather than waiting until after the summer, we can help you straight away.
And if anyone got any questions, please feel free to pop them in the box, or you can talk to us. But yes, we're really looking forward to welcoming you to school and to working with you. And I hope that's been helpful. So we'll just wait and just see if anyone has any questions. If not, we'll see you all in September.
And just in case you missed it at the beginning, if you could just put your child's name in the chat, just so we have a list. It's like our register for today's meeting. Or if the children want to say any messages, like looking forward to seeing us, please type that in there. The message is there for you. Oh, we've got a question from, oh, where did that just go? Was it from Chelsea?
Where did it go? Oh, if you asked a question, could you just pop it in again? It seems to have disappeared.
Everyone's busy typing away.
Just a reminder as well, Mrs. Gonzalez, the meeting's recorded if they want you to come back to it.
And just to let you know, the PowerPoint has been recorded, so we'll be able to put this on the website. So if you've forgotten anything, or you thought, oh, I didn't quite catch that, that'd be able for you to have to see.
That's great. Thank you for all your names coming through. We'll get to know those names very well, I'm sure. Mr. Quaxon is going to send out a text message with the Class Dojo logons. But if you go on to, it's classdojo.com. If you have a look at the website now and sign up now, we can get you signed up straight away. A question about toilet training. The good thing about having this meeting before the summer is we've still got a few months. So I would say we stand by, we really want the children to be as independent as possible. So please put every effort in between now and when they start in September. If there's still problems in September, then we can talk to you about it then. But make the most of the time you've got now.